to you, our viewers. Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Roundtable. My name is Shegun Odunayo. On this show, I will give you the very best analysis of socio-political happenings in Nigeria. We analyze them for various lenses and present the truth to you, our viewers. I have to my left a man who is returning after a long time off. And he's here to give us some of his own ideas about the topics we'll be discussing this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Abiodun Sari. You're smiling. It's good to have you back.
Good afternoon, sir, Mr. Shegun.
All right, thank you very much. And to my right is a regular. No tie today, no glasses, but he's here in flesh, in spirit, and in soul. A very good afternoon to you, sir, Mr. Wike-Makinde.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
So very quickly, what do we have for us today? This weekend, the People's Democratic Party, the biggest opposition party in Nigeria, is meant to have its convention in Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State. But clashes amongst some of its big wigs is making some of these happenings already more like there's going to be controversy. Because politics, many times, controversies do happen with these decisions. What makes this more interesting is that this struggle, this quarrel, this misunderstanding is happening between two gladiators who used to be very, very close and in the same political ship. I'm talking about the current governor of Oyo State, Engineer Wike-Makinde, and the current minister of the FCT, former governor Wike. Now, the former governor of Rivers State and current minister of the FCT, Mr. Wike, has said that it is not meant to happen. But the PDP, the section of the PDP that has Governor Makinde as one of his leaders, are going on with the convention this weekend in Ibadan. Now, who is right? Talking about both angles in the party. Who is right and who is wrong? Is the convention truly meant to hold? Remember that there are a lot of his leaders are going on with the convention this weekend in Ibadan. Now, who is right? Is wrong. There are PDP to be settled out of court. Well, this is why we are. I'll be starting with you, Mr. Wike-Makinde. The PDP has been in some court problems over time. No ayaun, so person is in charge, so person should not be in charge. Damagun, no damagun. And now, where we think that they are heading to the solution bridge, it looks like some quarters are not happy with what is happening.
So the thing is, I think even if they say one camp is wrong, the other camp is right, these politicians will still do what they want to do and go to court after doing it, so that the court will interpret whatever. We can see what's happening with the Labour Party. Even with the Supreme Court judgment, there's still crisis. We still don't know which Labour Party is the Labour Party.
Well, but as for that, the INEC presentation they did the other time, where the names
recognize the Nana Usman faction. So that's INEC. Yeah. They can still go to court and say, look, reinterpret this interpretation, because that's what these guys do. So let's look at for the PDP. Now, I think they have an issue. They need to really put their house together and make it one. Yes, they have I don't want to use the word a bastard, or a wood that has a branch that is trying to scatter the fire. But they need to sit down and work together. I don't want to say the major problem. Somebody among them has given condition and said, look, if you do this, if you agree to my own convention, good. Though he denied receiving a letter for the Ibadan convention, which has been made public today. Look, he got the letter, he received the letter. But the thing is that I think they need to work as a team. They need to just plug all the loopholes and work together. If they don't do that, they will wreck the house. Whatever they want to do, we are expecting the Ibadan convention to hold. Let those who are bold to do it. And let those who are also bold to antagonize say, okay, we will antagonize you. And let the truth come out. But you know, politicians in their style will always do things to favor themselves. There's a group of people moving towards one direction. Let's look at what happened to African Democratic Alliance. You will see that it's also a group of people from the PDP that is moving towards that direction. So these politicians will always do their trade. the way they like. Okay. But it's for the constitution of the party to be held. It's for the constitution of the land to be held, to come to the full interpretation of what should be done and what should not be done in the long run. The PDP is a good party if they want to run the machine of government and they need to control themselves. I least expect the friction to happen now, but I think, I don't want to mention names, somebody is not in tandem with somebody, but they used to be together. That's the most funniest. That's the most funniest of all about this situation. They were the G5.
That's politics.
So you see, that's what I'm saying. You cannot stop these guys from doing their politics. It's their trade, but they should do it in honesty, according to the law of the party, according to the country. Because some of us who are not even in any party will be looking at us, are these guys really truthful? Is there any aspiration? If a young boy joined this party, how would he rise along the rank in purity, with transparency and equity? So you see that, look, along the line, there's no equity, there's no transparency. They should make all their system transparent to everyone, not that one big wig will just hijack a whole party and direct it the way he deemed fit is wrong.
Okay, I'm coming to you, Mr. Abiodun. Sorry. Debo Olugunagba, the man in charge of publicity for the PDP, has warned the FCT minister that if he continues on this track, the party may have to, take some actions against him. Same for Mr. Eddie Alaafin, the national vice chairman of the PDP Southwest, and a couple of other PDP stakeholders are saying, Wike, you're overstepping your bounds. We are meant to do this convention in Ibadan. And, most likely with Wike, when issues like this happen, there may most likely be another court matter after all of this. What's your own take?
Well, I'll start with, in every organization, or let me say in any organization, any institute, the institute is usually bigger than individuals.
Of course.
So even in the country, with all these things happening, I think we talked about it some times ago, that no individual is bigger than the organization. And PDP has always been the biggest opposition in Nigeria, right from 2015.
Of course.
And now, looking at this, if the leadership of the party is saying that someone should sit down, then the person should sit down. And we all know that it has been for a while now that they are saying that no person is bigger than the party, no person is bigger than the party, and if you are not sitting down the way you are supposed to, then they will show you the door. Even up to now, I'm still wondering, personally, I'm still wondering why one person will be going against the rules and regulations or even against the constitution of the party, and it's not being cautioned or being punished or being disciplined. I think for the leadership of the PDP, this is the time for them to actually stand their ground. Do
you know that I enjoy that one-man army that is fighting that party?
Why?
Why?
See, because I think he knows more than they all know.
What?
Because you will see that, look, he is using the constitution, he is using the law to battle all of them. So they are trying to see, he single-handedly brought the party convention for the 2023 election. He single-handedly sponsored, he did a lot of it, even for his own state. So it looks as if he is playing the politics according to rule. Look at what happened to the case of the lawmakers in River State and the governor. Who won? He won in the long run. So I feel that, look, this man, as a one-man army, he's doing all these things. It's a very good asset.
Is an individual to be bigger than?
It's an asset. No. So if the organization is exploiting the constitution, if it is exploiting the rules of the organization, and there's one light in that organization that is going to use that light to bring the organization to equity, I think that person is a superstar.
I think there is a question.
Because
a question we need to ask here.
If you say Wike, is the one causing trouble, is it causing the trouble for growth or for disorder? If you say others are forming a coalition, is it for growth or for disorder? So if that one man is doing it for growth, I think everybody should give him kudos, because he's going to fight.
There is a question I want to
ask. You said about that they should have suspended. But you could say that he's
suspended
Wike for anti-party. But you could say that which anti-party has he done? You now ask what exactly has he done that others have not done what?
So you are saying he's on the right track?
I'm not saying he's on the right track. I'm saying we should look at it critically to know who is on the right track. Is it
So the party is on the wrong track?
No, if you look at the constitution, how would you define anti-party that others are not guilty of?
What they are saying is that he's antagonizing the decision of the party.
That's exactly
the decision. So this decision,
yes,
this decision that they have made, have they made this decision based on truth or on sectionalism or on cronies or on favoritism?
Okay,
so they need to look at it. That's what man says. No.
The question I want to look at.
All right.
Now, all these things that the FCT minister is having, in whose interest? It's a very big question. Is it in the interest of the party that saying that the convention should not hold in November, or
November,
for his own personal gains? Because this is the man that is with
he's saying that they need to respect the Congress that brought in the likes of Dan Obi.
Yeah.
And he's saying if they don't do that, there is no going forward with a convention.
That's exactly where I started from. If one person is talking about this, just like what Mr. Aliu said, then the party, the leadership of the party are saying that, Mr. Man, sit down. This is the constitution. These are rules and regulations. If thoroughly they have looked at it and he also aligns that this is the constitution, then he has no business stopping them. And if he wants to do, then that means they don't know what they are doing as the leadership of the party, because one person cannot be controlling about how many thousands or millions of party members. That's my point. Even if he has anything to say, you must put it down respectively. Call them that so and so. This is what our party is all about. This is our these are our objectives. This is what we want to achieve. But are you going through this way? If the answer is no, then they should sit down and look at it. But one person cannot just come and say, stopping them that you can't do this, you can't do that. Whereas, what is his business? As in, what is his interest?
So what's their own interest too?
Okay. As
because
a party.
We say politics is who gets what.
When and how.
So what does he want? What do they want? So everybody, I said, everybody is doing it for the interest of something.
Are you sure this man
are they doing it in accordance with the rules of the party?
Are you sure this man
have they gone foul with the
indirectly for the ruling party?
For me, well,
okay, so you think he's perhaps being used by the ruling party to destabilize the PDP?
Well, anything can happen in Nigerian politics.
It's possible.
Oh, okay.
But that is I'm not agreeing with him, but that is his interest. So the interest will be for who? For what purpose? If the PDP before now had been following the rules of their party to the letter, somebody like him would not raise up his head. I think he exploited their errors and they brought themselves to this quagmire where they are now. So because they missed it at one point in time, they wouldn't have, you remember the Wike-Makinde and the others, the G5, they were together doing their primary and saying, no, let this be. Now they are coming to a life. And he said, okay, you want me to join you in this year about the convention. Recognize my own convention.
The Congress.
Recognize my own Congress. So if you recognize it, which is South Congress, so if you recognize it, peradventure,
would that even lead to more problems? So what if other decisions?
You know, and I think they are. I don't want to say they are leaning towards him. They are just having issues, and I know they would still rearrange themselves with all this quagmire. They will go to Ibadan and do their convention. They will want to show that, look, we have how we do. They will do their November convention. They will do it very well. Then they will now come back and say, okay, what is the problem? Let's talk.
What if he now says, okay, we are going to disregard this convention and go back to the very beginning and have another convention?
Politicians will get what, when, and how. So they put on the table, how do we make the arrangement? But I think this. But
does it not show the PDP as an unserious party? Does this not negatively portray them? The
party is very, 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 it's a very good party, very serious party. So you see all this quagmire because we agree to disagree. Of course. We are all going somewhere. What is the essence of it? The essence of all is to control the machinery of government. Yes. So how you want to control the machinery of government? For him, Wike, for the Wike-Makinde's people, for the government and so on. How do we want to get there? So putting their house in order is all what we're seeing now. The brothers will fight. Everybody will make demand even for father's inheritance. Everybody will demand something. So how do we put this demand forward? How do we get to give everybody what they want and still come out clean? So for me, I think they should sell. The youths are coming up, and we can't continue on this deceitful trajectory. We need to put in place. The party said, no, for your convention, do like this. But again, you know, politicians are always, they are who they are as politicians. We are all political animals. So we'll do some of these skirmishes sometime. But let's not say Wike is wrong or Wike is right or Wike-Makinde. They will do their convention, like I said, they will do their thing. They will come back to the convention again and go take themselves to court and do arbitration later and resolve the issue. But
so we are sure the PDP is still headed to the court.
The PDP is still going to court.
All right. Any other additions, Mr. Biodun?
Well, just as I said last, is the party, if they are serious, because Mr. Ali said they are serious, I don't see them as a serious party. If they are really serious and taking over from the APC in 2023, so 2027 rather. So one person cannot just dictate to the whole.
So you think that's what's happening now?
That's exactly what.
There is always dictating to them, and I asked if it's dictating based on what is right. Would say he's right.
That's why exactly I use the word dictate. Even I said it the other time.
Before that South Congress, before that South Congress,
you don't do things arrogantly.
Or is it being arrogant?
It's been arrogant. Like I said, it's been arrogant. You cannot say that you cannot do this. You cannot do that.
You shouldn't be making such statements.
Yes, you come. Let's have a roundtable meeting. What do we have on ground? Why are you doing this? Why am I doing this? Then let's sort this out. Then I'm pushed as a force. But if someone is saying you can't do this, you can't do that because of some, it's been arrogant as far as I'm concerned.
All right, we have to move on now, and from deep core politics to a social political matter, where there's a royal rumbling in the southwest. It's not like it's the first time it's happening, but it's coming alive again. The Alaafin and the Ooni of Ife, the Alaafin of Oyo, recently said, no, the Ooni of Ife cannot give so title to an individual, saying that it should not happen. It should be coming from him and from the Oyo, not from the Ooni. In the last couple of days, this has led to a whole lot of identity questioning, history being questioned, questions being asked, history being written and rewritten. There are lots of traditional ideas, who moved to where, in what century, whose father spoke to whose father last, and all of that. And I'll be starting with you, Mr. Busari. I mean, you are definitely in the know of what is happening. The Alaafin said, no, you cannot confer the title of Okanlomo of Yoruba land on a businessman, Dotun Sanusi, who is himself from Ibadan. And I even hear that he's in line to one day be the Olubadan of Ibadan. And we are hearing that a potential king, some persons have brought up the matter that a potential king should not even be collecting any other title, because one day it's definitely coming to you, and that you should not be having another title when the title of king is still coming to you. Analysts have also analyzed in that direction. I mean, what's your own opinion?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Shegun. These things now is, I will say, the two biggest traditional rivals in Yoruba land.
Yeah.
So, and like you say, it has always been like that. If there is any statutes or any rules or anything, maybe gazette. There was a time that maybe just yesterday I was listening to someone that was talking about gazette that established their authorities and the right. Yeah. So if truly, I'm saying based on this, if truly there is an existing right or authority that says that is only the Alaafin of Oyo that will confer that kind of title on this person, then so be it. I think where we are coming from, anywhere in any organization, in any setting or any entity, we are guided by rules. We are guided by authorities. So if truly, like I said, that's why I mentioned truly, if truly this exists, then so be it. And at the same time, I think the two monarchs, two traditional rulers, should know their boundaries. They should know their function. They should know what they are capable of doing and what they should not do. So if both of them actually know this, because sometimes there could be maybe ignorance is bound to exist. I don't know. Maybe the other person, the Ooni of Ife, maybe mistaken. It could be a mistake. I'm saying in court now, it could be a mistake. Maybe he just did what he was not supposed to do. and maybe the Alaafin of Oyo was trying to correct, say that we're not supposed to do this. We are overstepping your bounds. And if that is the case, then both of them have to sit down again and say that this is what you are supposed to do according to this, and this is what are my functions that I should do. That's exactly what I see here.
Okay, over to you, Mr. Liu. The Alaafin gave the Onis
ultimatum, 48 hours ultimatum. And I'm asking myself, why is he giving a fellow king ultimatum? What is the power? Which power does it?
To over Yoruba land.
The ultimatum is over now. Has he been able to sack the Oni as the Oni?
We've not had anything.
What can he do than the press statement he has released? Can he do any other thing? Can he flog the Oni? Come on, let's call it spade a spade. This man is wrong.
Who is wrong?
The Alaafin is wrong.
Oh,
so I'm taking that route.
Why do you think it's wrong?
I think it's being youthful. He has not understand. Yes, let's go back into
they
history.
They are both useful kings.
You, like we said, history, the Nisijuade
yes.
and is it Lamidi
had
the same kind of over the same for years. Yes, they were like whose authority was authority. So let's even look at it. The Ooni of Ife. How do you describe him? You describe him as Orisha, isn't it?
Yes.
So you describe your Alaafin as Alashe-Ikeji Orisha,
yes.
which is an assistant to Orisha. No, Alashe-Ikeji, Ooni is the Orisha himself.
You know, some okay. I'm not
because I read his. He has a press statement. The Alaafin released this morning, and he was describing himself. So assistant to God and a God. So every Yoruba man's source is from where? Oh, Nirisha. Every Yoruba man's source is from where? The Yoruba sources is from Ife.
Argued. Some persons have said it's from Ife.
If the Oyo Empire is claiming the holiday because they had strong might and empire, agreed.
But they are not. You are saying they are not as mighty as.
Agreed. You are mighty with empire, with space. You run from here to anywhere. But the spiritual head is still the spiritual head. It runs all the Yoruba all over the world.
Okay. Are we talking about the titles or about?
So if we say somebody is installing somebody as a Yoruba leader, and somebody say, okay, I'm giving a chieftaincy title as of Dua Kiniko. Let him give his chieftaincy title. If he comes to your kingdom and he's going to show his power, you are allowed, bros. Your chieftaincy title does not come to this kingdom because the Oyo has a kingdom, and his kingdom transcends beyond Oyo.
But they have argued, talking about the Oyo kingdom. They've said over time, they've said these stories.
We will all tell stories to portray our own story, our own issue. We all say anything. But let's agree with the fact that source, Yoruba source, every Yoruba man comes from Alaafin. Some apologies. Forceful, I want to really exercise the authority. Forceful, I want to really exercise the authority. Agreed. But again, do it with finance, do it with wisdom.
So, some persons have said that, you know, we have gone past the time of all of this arguing. Wow. People are, it's a new era. The era of, you know, the 20th century where there used to be a lot of fights and...
Sorry to cut you short. If you look at it, you know, there's also one bill at the House of Assembly that is trying to make two monarchs, the superstar monarchs in Nigeria. The Sultan of Sokoto and the Ooni of Ife. So every other monarch will come under that. So sometimes look at maybe there is more to it than meets the eye. Because also again you give a conspirator about the person that was conferred a title on and that he has a right to become the Alaafin someday. He has a right, he shouldn't get this. What are the nitty-gritty inside this issue that they want to make? They should make it public. We should forget, like you're saying, we should forget.
No, some people have the view that this is a new era.
Yeah.
This is 2025 for God's sake, not 1925.
History.
This is time for, you know, collaboration, productivity, purpose, and then not any of all these.
As far as traditional rulers are concerned, they always go back to history. We can't rule that out,
of course,
whether we are in the digital age or not. So the question I want to ask and to what we discuss is all this brouhaha. Is it about the personalities involved or about the titles and history? Because, like what he said, if you look at, when growing up, I read some books, and Oyo Empire, like as mentioned, is a political kingdom. And when you mean political, you know what it means now.
The territory, very big, yes.
Dictate the affairs of every other thing in Yoruba. That's why you see all these Ijebus, Ekiti. They will say they bring Ishakole when they go to war, so all the spoils of the war, they brought it back to Alaafin.
Percentage.
Now, but when it's now talking about the spiritual aspect, that comes from Ife, and originally, historically, that is where Yoruba race comes from. That's what we meet in history. So, based on that, I think that's where both of them are. They don't want to align. Let me put it that way, because that one will say that, but I'm a political head. I dictate this, I do this, and that one will tell him that I'm a spiritual head. So now the question is, which is bigger? That's
spiritual?
where I want to say, is it spiritual or political? It's just like in the community, you have a reverend father of Catholic or all this Orthodox church, and you also have a ballet. So that's the question: who is bigger? Let's leave that open.
They are both leaders in their rights.
So and this same Oyo company, you have two titles. You have the Alaafin, and what's the other title?
Which one?
There's
another king.
There's another king in Oyo.
But it's usually not mentioned. I mean,
Which also
the
popular.
Alaafin.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah,
Alaafin of Oyo. Are you talking about Ibadan of Ibadan?
Not in Ibadan. There is a. It's not even. I mean, I think it's popular.
It's popular. I'm trying to know. It skipped my mind now.
He's always not.
So as far as I'm
on
concerned,
that
it's
level.
only Alaafin of Oyo, and he's a first class.
Now,
Oba.
some Oyo indigenes have said no. Yes, the Alaafin is a king, but this other king is our king. You know, some other persons.
It's
Some people in trying to ridicule the Alaafin will say the Oba of Oyo and say it's just the king of Oyo. I mean, that's their own opinion. Well, so you know, it's anything traditional like this.
They can't say
there are
that.
several
If you
angles and
want
several
to look
stories.
at that, you can't say that because of Alaafin of Oyo. That is a territory. The same thing applies to Oni of Ife. It's Oni of Ife. Olubadan of Ibadan is Ibadan. So that was not that is not the question that you should be asking. When you're talking about their domains, everyone has to claim their domains where they have. That's why they say this is Oni of Ife.
so would the Alaafin territory extend into the Gbomina?
Will it extend outside of Oyo?
Will it extend outside of Oyo?
Of course not.
Will it go to Dahomey now and begin to claim right in Dahomey?
Of course not. That's what I'm saying.
No, but the kingdom of the Oyo Empire enters into Dahomey those days.
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
So now, will he go to and say they should not install one chief?
The Alaafin of Oyo now moves whenever he's going. As at the last time he was on a visit to. Is it the speaker? Yes, it's the speaker. Atajuddin Abbas.
Yes.
He went with the Olujara of Ijaraisi in Kwara State, Gomina land. He went with about 3 or 4 notable kings
From other
places.
towns.
So the Alaafin is trying to take us back in history to the time when the Alaafin was the Alaafin.
So
the era of Shango.
So he has a very big battle to fight.
Now
because those who are also not in tandem with him will give him trouble up front. Because
I know he doesn't move alone too. I know he also moves with kings from other places too.
Politicians will get what?
But I don't think the former Alaafin, late Obalamidi, yes, used to, towards the twilight, I don't think he used to move around.
Old age and wisdom.
With other kings. But
old age and wisdom.
This new Alaafin is moving with other kings.
And he's young, he's youthful. So, I don't want to use youthful as well, but he's young. So, because he's young, he wants to put his foot on the ground. But I'm thinking that wisdom should prevail. Because we all have wisdom.
Because reports have it that they even used to be friends or they used to be familiar with each other.
There will be the
current Alaafin and the current
authority must be exerted. So everybody will put his power where he wants to put his power. So maybe he's trying to tell you, look, by political power, I'm the power.
And not
anyway, when it comes to spirituality, we'll come to you.
14 hours
as God.
Have elapsed. We are still waiting for what the Alaafin or even the Oni, we are no comments. Even the palace, the Oni's palace have not exactly responded to the 48 hours.
No, the Oni did.
Outside of that statement.
Yeah. So the Alaafin too has responded today that look, he's not in contention. He's not looking for supremacy with anybody. Yes. There's no supremacy fight. So, but I think if they really want us to enjoy their battle, they should.
Strong. from the palace of the Oni.
Because we want to know who exactly has this power now to give. If you give somebody, if you give somebody a 48-hour ultimatum, after the ultimatum you're supposed to put your hammer down, isn't it? But which hammer we are seeing now? We're not seeing any hammer. So why in the first place put such a system when you know there's not going to be hammer?
As if he's on top, as if he can beat or something.
So we expect them to sort these things out. Like a lot of people are already intervening. They're trying to bring whatever battle in between them to bear so that there's a truce. But recall also that there was one time they said the Alaafin visited some other monarch and did not visit the Oni, who was part of those who came to his coronation.
Yeah, the videos of not standing up to greet. So it looks like the tension has been
so I was like,
in a couple of weeks.
I think they should do it gently. They should do it with wisdom. They should, because we want to know the truth. We already have this power. We can come who to who. If the federal government is going to trying to do a traditional rulers bill whereby the Sultan of Sokoto and the Oni of Ife will be the two topmost traditional ruler, which is some kings in the Obi of Onitsha, I think, kicked against it. One other king in Delta. One other king in Delta too kicked. Above now, I've not said anything. Some group of people have said no, this should not be. That should not. They want to make them permanent, while others will be. The others are calling for rotational. I don't. They should give us clear because of history, because of so that these things don't keep repeating itself. Which we want to know. We are citizens. We are subjects. We want to know who is who. They should come clear. They should put it to the table. See, that's why sometimes in this country I laugh as well, like when things are done in secrecy. Make it open. Let's know who is the head of what and where everybody's boundary stops. So that the next shoes that will become an Oni of Ife or the next that will become an Alaafin will stop this quarrel that is not meaningful. This quarrel has not made us to build a Tesla or a Volkswagen for the people. It does not. It does not improve anything about the Yoruba race or the country as a whole. It has not. So, but what you can imagine if they are saying that, look, I'm going to invent this, who's going to take us to space in the next. Those are big talks. Those are talks that should inspire the youth. This has not inspired anybody, but has shown animosity and that sometimes we are not serious as a people. We're fighting over nothing.
We have to move on now. And yes, this story broke a couple of days ago, and it was really big. It was really big. Ramfak, the Ramfak boss, was speaking in Abuja, and he said that the amount that the president of Nigeria gets as salary, and even the ministers, has remained the same since 2008, and that perhaps it's time for an upgrade, for an increment in salary. And that sparked a lot of controversy. Many persons have reacted to it. Even today, people are still reacting, talking about the fact that if these individuals in power are needing a raise, how much more the people? Well, it may interest you to know that the president of Nigeria receives a paltry 1.5 million naira per month, while ministers get, I wanted to say as low as, but some persons may think as low as, well, it's relative, but they get as low as 1 million naira monthly. I'll be starting with you now, Mr. Aliu. Now, the Ramfak boss said, hey, since 2008, their salary amount
has been static.
Increased. Has been static.
So we should allow them to increase the salary.
So we should increase it.
Yes, they should. Why shouldn't they? And they any salary. It is their right. It's not.
To curb corruption.
It's not. You just said to also curb corruption and to make us be proud. Look, we're paying you the right amount to. You don't have right to go and steal. So do what you're supposed to do. Work the work of the money that the country is paying you, and leave corruption and do the right thing. They should. They should increase their salary.
You have a divergent opinion.
I agree with Mr. Aliu when it comes to increasing their salary. There's no problem with it.
Nigeria, so you think it's fine?
It's fine. But I had but. Now, if they are doing that, the allowances should be reviewed in the sense that the public, I asked the other time, does the public know how much they are being paid as the allowances? Maybe wardrobe allowances, newspaper allowances, and all those stuff. So if they, just as Ramfak just told us now, that it's 1.5 million naira that the president received as a salary. So let us know other allowances, other bonuses. That is when we can say, see, it's not about the salary. If all other allowances maybe will be put down so that, like the president has always said, that Nigeria should should bear
with the situation,
of the country. So they should adjust. Those political officers and officials should adjust. If that should be done, then there's no problem with it. Everybody will know. Of course, the workers, the labor union are saying that workers should have review of salary. If that can be done, I don't see any reason why they too cannot
ask for.
Yes,
but no president has said he needs increment. We've not had any president say increase my salary. I don't know.
It might not say that. It might not say that. But the point is, let everything be made public for Nigerians to know. Then we will say you can increase their salary or not.
But what do you want? What do Nigerians want to know? Are we the one that determines their salary? Are we the one that sit down and fix and say, okay, because the Nigerians get to know now, they will now say don't pay them? No, there are yardsticks. There are already constitutional provisions for how these things are done. What do you need the allowances for? Are you the one that go to their meeting for them? Are you the one that read the newspaper for them? Are you the one that watch
the TV? Saying we should not know.
That's what I'm saying. And you need to know. But your determination is very simple. You cannot determine. It's like when you have a company with an outsider going to come and decide how you are going to pay those workers.
But we are
you have rules. You have rules. The only thing that will happen is that maybe the labor union will now say, okay, we want to have you to increase their salary because we know that you are making so amount of profit, and this is what your expenditure and this and so you make this profit. So from this profit, please pay appropriately. So pay appropriately. But when can't pay, you won't pay.
If the public
when can't pay, you won't pay. So the public knows. What would they do?
So why did
you just know
come out and announce to us?
Yes, no, I'm not saying the public should not know. I'm saying the public will be in the know, but they can't decide.
We can.
The public cannot fix anything. You can only know and do the debates you're doing with whatever Korea you're doing out of your myopia. But what I'm saying
that's exactly I want to say. So that's why we have protest.
Do you know how much an NNPC director earns? You don't know.
We don't know.
Do you know how much an NNPC, the military carriers and other, how much they earn? You don't know. So the man has told you now that look, your presidency earned 1.5 million naira, maybe basic. Maybe we don't even know if that's just the basic.
It 1 million.
Yeah, we don't even know if that's basic. He just told us 1.5 million. It might even be blowing us to 7 million. So if you want to do these things, let us know fully. But again, can we join in the debate? No, we can't, because there are protocols. There are things to do. Also, they need the allowances for the full running of that particular. As a minister, do you know how many meetings the minister will attend in a day? Do you know how many ministers that will be at the beck and call of the minister that he has to attend to at every point? Do you know how many events he will have to go? Maybe he has to fly the other woman flew to watch and the super Falcon.
The minister
watching. But who pays that bill?
Nigeria.
Those are some of the extra codes. So all the things she must get, let them get it because it's in the constitution. Whatever is in the constitution is what they should get. Whatever process they need to get it, let them get it according to the process. We should know, but we can't decide because too many of us will be deciding based on bias. We will not be deciding based on the work. See, too many times you look at all these top people, you think somebody say he has 100 or something AIDS. You think it's a joke? He cannot know all by himself at the same time. These aides are the one that will give him feedback. The other time when they say Saraki had and the Senate president had 1 or something aides in all the local government, he needs them and they need to give him feedback and he needs to encourage them. He's going to pay them from such allowances. So some of these things we should. When people I saw the other day the African Democratic Party were complaining the PDP was if they were there they would do the same thing. But everybody's playing politics. Don't play politics with what should be truth. If this is where you should go, everybody go there, but don't, because now you are getting what you're supposed to earn. Don't steal. The moment you steal, but again you get money now. You're doing the right thing.
It's time for us to go to comments online, and there's a man here. Oh my goodness, Pedro Okirika Ehiyame, and he said, "Let them swear by that they won't steal before they increase their salaries." Wow. So I mean, talking about stealing. I started from there. Yerima Saleh is saying that the leadership is open. Alaafin is the administrative head of Yoruba land. No two ways about it. In case of National Traditional Council leadership, may Almighty God make things peaceful, I guess. All right, thank you very much. Someone just said, I guess the whole situation we've been talking about is just a message we have. And Emmanuel Sunday Pimo is saying, Ashipa of Oyo is the prime minister. Sorry, sir, I'm not getting your point there. I thought he was talking about Oyo. And Aziz Oladimeji Muyiwa said, Oni is Orisha. It's not possible for Orisha to be giving out the chieftaincy title.
Exactly.
Alaafin is very right. Orisha's purpose is to stay indoors with all his Orishas.
Exactly.
The worshippers of all the deities in Nigeria.
The spirituality.
Another
it's
angle.
a spirituality office.
Another angle.
Special office.
Someone is saying much love to us here. Thank you very much. Much love to you as well. And Gideon Olajubu is saying he's watching us live from Iwaroka in Akoko in Ondo State. Interestingly, I
It's
Iwaroka very well because it was very close to my school and you can't get here without passing Iwaroka. Thank you very much, our people in Iwaro. Moving on, talking about Ramfak and how much Nigerian presidents have been in. In fact, like, I think you are the one that said it. Many Nigerians perhaps don't even know that the Nigerian president legally earns 1.5 million.
We don't know.
Well, now we do know, and both parties here are calling for an increment in the amount Nigerian presidents receive monthly. That's interesting that we're having both angles agreeing on the same thing. And they are saying ministers too should have the allowances, their salaries rather, increased. Well, that's their take. It's been an interesting episode on today's edition of the show. Very thank you to Mr. Abiodun Busari, who is here after a while. Hopefully we see you sometime soon.
No
and
problem.
you don't give us another long holiday before you come. Very thank you to Mr. Ever Constant, Ever Ready, Mr. Adekunle Ali, for being a part.
It's a pleasure to our viewers.
It belongs to you. There are viewers watching from all over the world, watching from Iwaro, or watching from wherever. For those who have not stated they're watching from, a very big thank you to you, because we are here because you are there. The weekend begins tomorrow. Don't be weekend by the weekend. Stay out of trouble. God bless you.